breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The Wyatt and Parker Show has returned.
But the guest they brought on today is probably garbage. We've certainly lost our touch over the last couple of months because of how busy we are. Mainly me and Calvin. Ben's just being a bitch. Parker and Wyatt, though, quite entertaining, I must say. So, thank you for backpacking us, boys. Otherwise, we would have fallen apart probably in early March. But kudos to you two. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. You guys are going to laugh a few times. Not because of me. But the other two really drive her home today. And Parker did the editing, too. So, yeah, thanks, Wyatt and Parker, for making this show happen for our 4 listeners. And 3 of them are us that partake in the podcast. And the 4th one, I'm pretty sure, is the guy that still thinks we're making Pornhub videos that gave us all those views on YouTube. But nonetheless, I'm happy to bring you guys the Wyatt and Parker Show.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, Wyatt. How are you today?
I'm vibing out here. How are you?
I'm also vibing. I'm vibing at a particular frequency that I haven't felt in the last couple of weeks because we have a special guest with us today.
Guest is pretty apt because I wouldn't say that he's a member any longer.
Certainly not a recurring cast member of this pod. Damien, how are you?
Oh, thanks for having me on, guys. It's been a pleasure.
No, thank you for taking the time to appear on Toxic Tendencies. It's great to have you back.
It's been too long. It's been way too long.
It really has, but not as long as it's been since Calvin's been here. At this point, I don't even remember what he looks like or sounds like. So
Yeah, Damien, Parker, and I were in the writers' room last week with the executive producers and the directors and whatnot. And we're talking about writing Calvin out, killing him off or something like that.
yeah, killing him specifically.
Is it going to be respectful or something bad?
Completely over the top, gory, gratuitous, the worst of the worst.
Yeah, this isn't going to be no drunk driver. This is going to be like kidnap, held hostage, torch.
Oh my.
Disfigured.
Oh my God, I don't know if you legally can do that.
Well, these are the type of people Calvin's been working with the last few weeks, apparently.
Oh, we'll hear all about that on next pod, I'm sure.
No, not next pod. Don't give the listeners hope. We don't have any proof of that.
Don't give them guarantees we can't uphold.
Yeah, we can't promise
sorry,
anything. Sorry, Trent.
Hey, I think, honestly, Trent's pretty happy that he's been getting the rotation that he's been getting, because at this point it's a lot easier for him to keep track of who's talking.
Oh, absolutely.
He only has to memorize like 2 voices at this point.
I haven't been paying any attention to listens or viewership because I'm just here for the bag. But
True.
I would assume that our listens have gone way down because Damien is responsible for 90% of our listeners because they're all friends or family, and he hasn't been here for like 3 weeks. So
They're certainly not coming to listen to us.
oh, absolutely not.
We're still averaging 20.
Oh, that's
Wow.
pretty 20? How?
I don't know.
I don't even know 20 people.
Yeah, exactly. Bethany, quit listening to this shit.
Oh, that's rude as hell.
Can you blame her?
Elsie did too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's tough out here,
I don't know. Apparently we gotta switch up our content. We can start with this week.
You got any ideas or?
I've got none.
Yeah, same. I don't have one.
ASMR.
Welcome to Toxic Tendencies. My name is Damien, one of your co-hosts, and with me today is Parker and Wyatt. No, I don't like that.
I kind of liked it a lot, actually.
That felt weird.
I was starting to get into it. I was getting a little tingly feeling.
I was getting something, I'll tell you that.
Did your pants get a little tighter?
Yeah, something was going on down there. I heard this like fabric stretching. Damien, go back to the ASMR, but give us sex tips while you do it.
So, When you're caressing your lady in the evening night, when you're pillow talking, make sure to touch her softly and whisper sweet nothings into her ear and all that good stuff.
Oh. I'll be right back, boys. You go on without me.
Oh god, I had to mute my mic. Did he? As soon as he said caressing us. Oh, sweet nothings, Jesus.
Hey, I had to. When I go big,
Oh, trust me, we know.
Oh yeah, everybody knows.
Jeez, I think I need a cigarette after this conversation.
Cigarette.
Shit. So, boys, it's been a few weeks. What have you been up to?
Oh man, Damien, life,
Life. Okay, that sounds like
Life.
fun. That sounds like fun.
It's not.
Oh,
Trust
never mind.
me.
Never mind. Sounds horrendous.
That's more accurate.
Why is yours hopefully been a little better or no?
You guys know how to tie a noose?
No, I can't say I do.
Okay.
But I bet there's an ASMR video to teach you how.
Yeah, that's what somebody's listening to. They're listening to an ASMR video before they kill themselves.
It probably helped talk me off the ledge.
Have you guys actually stumbled across a video or heard reaction videos to actual ASMR?
Only a little bit. Like when it blew up a couple years ago, I was like, all right, I gotta see what this is about.
Yeah.
And that's about all I dabbled in.
Yeah. What about you, Wyatt?
I never really looked into it because I remember when all the videos were coming out, I would just see the titles, and there was a video that said ASMR different things, but the cover photo for the video was this dude eating, and I was just I don't want to hear that.
So have you guys heard of a Twitch streamer / YouTuber called Pay Money Wubby?
No sir.
Well, back when, like you said, Parker, when it was popping off ASMR, this dude made a reaction video to a 10-year-old-ish girl's YouTube channel that was strictly ASMR at the time. I don't know what the YouTube channel is like now, but he made a reaction video to it. He was listening to the videos, and this 10-year-old girl, and it was extremely sexualized from a 10-year-old girl's standpoint. And then this guy would go through the comments, and it's just a bunch of men commenting on this little girl's YouTube page, oh my gosh, you're so cute, and random super inappropriate things that should not be said to a 10-year-old.
Don't like that.
One of her videos is she plays this cop that he did a live reaction to, and she pulls over the camera, if you will, and she is wearing a completely inappropriate outfit for a 10-year-old, and it's just a sexualized ASMR video from a 10 to 11-year-old, and it's this is not cool. And guess what? This dude's the reaction YouTube video got demonetized for sexualizing a minor, where that girl's own video did not get demonetized for that said reason.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's YouTube corporate for you right there, bud. So yeah, that's about the most I've seen of ASMR is that reaction video, or his YouTube videos are more of calling people out for bullshit like that. It's ASMR doesn't tickle my fancy whatsoever. I think it's kind of it's bad, personally.
I will get up in Landrew's ear when we're sitting on the couch or something, get super close, and then just kind of smack my lips a little bit right next to her, and then she's always like, "Stop! Don't do that."
That's fucking ASMR though. It's fucking gross. Never in my life will I make a fucking ASMR video.
Hey man, until someone starts paying you for it, and then you're like, yeah, all right.
Well, money does talk, but I don't know if it's gonna be loud enough for me.
All I have to do is whisper. I'm like, all right, sounds good.
$20? Shit, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, you say so.
I'll make an ASMR video to promote my city. Fuck it, why not?
Whatever I gotta do.
Oh shit.
Now, what about you, Damien? I know you've been a busy man these last few weeks that we haven't spoken.
Well, on the pod we haven't spoken, yes, but let's see here. Got an offer accepted on a house.
Oh.
Yep. Been coaching tennis. We've been winning a lot. and pretty much house stuff and tennis stuff. Other than that, and a little bit of softball, but other than that, it's just been busy, 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 which is
I think
okay.
you've been thriving.
I've been doing all right. I can't complain.
That's good. The house.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be moving closer to where Wyatt and I live, which is exciting in and of itself. So if you need any help, Wyatt and I are experienced movers. I'm more than happy. I know Wyatt's probably gonna skip town for the day that you're moving.
I gotta work that day.
Yeah, there we go. He's gotta work that day.
This man moves furniture for a living, but like loathes the idea of transporting anything ever.
I don't deliver furniture, or I don't move furniture as much as like our delivery guys or anything like that. But
that's true.
Also,
but you
if when I
have to do some.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I like that either. Have you ever heard of hating your job?
Well, yes, I have.
No, I helped Wyatt move to his place, and I've moved countless times. I'm gonna go through and count in my head while you guys chat, and then I'm gonna give you my official number. But yeah, if you need it.
I've moved one time. Damien's probably moved what, 5 times?
If I move this summer, it'll be 4 summers in a row. Well, when I move this summer, rather. It'll be 4 summers in a row. And if you want to count college, then it'll be 8 years in a row.
I've moved 9 times in my life.
Ooh. That's a lot.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, but
not in a row back and forth like you. That's also a lot.
Mm.
But from
yeah, because like half of Damien's are just like to college for the year and then back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then like if you think about like Ben too, like Ben, he lived in the same house with his parents his whole life, and then when he went to college and back, that's 4. But then then he moved to California, Texas.
From Michigan to California,
yeah.
California to Texas, Texas back to Michigan. He'll be moving again at some point.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. It'll be more exciting to move into a house instead of going, from rental to rental. Yeah, that'll be the first move out of my parents' house was fun, but I mean, now it's just like, can I be done for like a few years? That'd be great.
Yeah. I had downloaded Zillow to like house hunt with you and Ben and like just send links the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that you guys ended up with had popped up on my phone at one point, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And so I sent it on to you, and then you were already like, yep, already looking at it. I was like, no way. That the coolest, you have to talk about the coolest part of that house.
No, the best part about it is the basement. It's half finished in the basement. The other side's pretty much just storage and furnace and laundry or whatever. But the finished side is like a bar lounge area where you could easily put a couple couches down there, a TV, and all my gaming systems, so I can have the boys over. But to quit alluding to the absolute best part is the kegerator / bar that is located in the basement. Homemade kegerator with the CO2, I think, canister inside. The pipings run through the fridge, out of the fridge, and then through the wall, and the spigot comes out by the bar.
Amazing.
It's fucking awesome. And like all that staying.
That's so cool.
Like everything you saw in the picture there for like the bar / kegerator is staying, except for the stuff that were like on the shelves in the back.
Yeah.
And like there's a drawer with like, I shit you not, like 400 coasters of just different beers and bars, and kind of like what Ben and Cammy do with theirs.
Yeah. That's all staying too?
I'm pretty sure.
What?
Now this bar
That's
isn't
awesome.
This bar isn't a wet bar, so there's no running water to it, but it's got an ice tray, like an ice box where you could put cubes in a box, and it's got a lid over it and blah blah blah. And it's also got like 3 cutouts in it too for your fruit bowls, so like orange slices, lime slices, lemon slices.
God.
Yeah,
I hope Kelsey realizes this is just like open season now. Like your house is going to be the place.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think she's excited about that part. I'm excited about that part because it's unfortunately going to hit summer, so we might not be there as much. We might be outside more.
Sure. Yeah.
Either on your porch or like our backyard or something, but or downtown. But it's yeah, when it gets like if it's rainy out or if it's chilly or starting to get cold, it's like, yep, let's just go to the because the basement entrance is like right by like the mud room, so it's just like, oop, take off your shoes, head right to the basement.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty prime. I'm excited. I think it's supposed to get appraised this week, so we'll have a final
Very
number
good.
this week. But and
Fantastic.
yep, we should be in. My guess is Memorial. Is it Memorial Day coming up?
Oh yeah.
That's my guess is we'll probably be in around that time. I'm hoping for that
No
weekend
way.
because we'll have 3 days. But
Excellent.
because they're not living there, the sellers, they've already moved out.
They're already gone.
Mm-hmm.
They probably already got their new house or whatever, right?
I think so. No, I'm not sure. I haven't. I mean, I haven't really talked to them.
Were they old people? Do you have any idea?
Not old people, but definitely, I guess what's your definition of old? But I'm pretty sure like late 50s, early 60s.
That's
Okay.
old.
Oh, that's fair. But yeah, it was a girl and then her boyfriend. Obviously, the woman owned it, but boyfriend lived there and whatnot. But
60s dating?
that's what my realtor said too. He said boyfriend was a weird term for people that age. You'd think it'd be
Good
like
for them.
it'd be like partner or something. But yeah, they're dating.
Right.
They're dating.
Good.
I like I said, I haven't met the sellers, but I know I know plenty of people who live on that street that are my parents' friends, and some kids that we went to high school with. Parents live on that road, so
Wow.
I know the neighborhood a little bit. So that's also cool.
Very good.
We are excited to say the least, but I'm ready to get that keg that you and your wife mentioned, getting some good old tantric keg and just put her right in the basement. Be like, all right, here we go. We got our
Heck
own
yeah.
got our own social district over here.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be fun.
That's great. That's exciting. Then Ben's gonna end up in that kegerator box on a corner into somewhere downtown.
Yeah, are they just having shit luck with that or what? Because I don't. Obviously, their market's different than Kelsey and I's, but I know
Well, yeah, but how many houses did you guys look at?
2.
Oh,
if if you do not count last summer, we've looked at 2 houses this summer, put in 1 offer. We are extremely lucky.
wow. That never mind. I thought you guys were at least going for a little while, but
No,
yeah, that's very lucky.
Well, like Ben and Cammy, Ben and Cammy put in how many offers they said?
we weren't even the highest offer, so we got lucky. I'll just call it what it is. It was luck, but now we get to have a kegerator.
You love to see it.
Oh, dude, also there's like a $2,500 doggy door that comes with the place.
What?
I am not kidding. There's a doggy door from the mudroom to the garage, which is just your atypical doggy door. And then there's one from the back door of the garage to the fenced-in yard. And if the chips aren't coming with, but if you buy chips, like these special chips that are like $50 a piece for like this electronic doggy door, if your dog walks up to it, it'll slide open and your dog can just go in and out whenever they want.
What?
It's fucking $2,500. Kelsey looked it up and it's like, oh, well, I guess
I hope you're buying those $50 chips.
we plan on it. Yeah, because they weren't gonna leave theirs because the place they're moved to, they're gonna put one in just like it. So
Wow.
Damien,
Yeah.
does that mean you're not gonna get yelled at to take the dogs out?
well, it'll be okay in the summer and stuff if they running in and out. But if it's winter, I'll have to be more, responsible for watching them. But
You'll have to put dad voice on.
yeah, gotta be that guy.
Do you think that your dogs would listen to you better if you had facial hair?
I'm not sure how to answer that. Maybe, I don't know.
Do you think they would respect you if you had a beard?
I don't know. They get scared when they know I get mad at them, so they must respect me a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Now, here's another question. If you could, would you grow a beard?
I attempted, early in the COVID like a year ago. Like
Yeah.
the first 3 months, I did not shave because it's like, why? I don't need to. Whereas for
True,
work, I
true.
shaved every other day for like the past 3 years, 4 years. So
Yeah.
I let it rip for about a month, and it was, I mean, it wasn't exactly it wasn't your guys's at all.
Yes, for listener at home who have not seen Wyatt and I, we're real men who have full, glorious, beautiful beards. Damien has got like 5 chin hairs.
It's gotten
But
better,
that's
but
okay. But we don't hold that against him.
so I gave it a try. I also gave a mustache a try a couple times within the last 14 months for fun, just cause.
I do like when you have the stash.
I personally liked it too, but when the fiance says I don't like facial hair on you, you just don't wear facial hair. So
Oh, yeah, that'll
Yeah.
do it.
if I grew a nice thick beard, kind of like you guys, I probably wouldn't have a beard, but I would keep it kind of like a step above like the 5 o'clock shadow look, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's shaving's a pain in the ass, but obviously it's way more. If you guys were to keep your faces shaved every day, it would be even more pain in the ass because how quickly your guys' grow and how thick it is.
Yeah.
But
I started shaving at some point in high school. I don't remember how
oh,
early, but I remember I wanted to keep it clean shaven all the time. I hated the fact that I was growing facial hair, and sometimes I'd let it go out, and it was patchy at the time, but it was still there. And my girlfriend at the time kept telling me to grow it out and try the beard, and I'm like, nah, not for me. And now, once I let it go, at some point, probably I think my sophomore year of college, I was like, oh, I've got a full beard, and I don't have to worry about shaving it. I'm never going back again. And now, my wife has never seen me other than photos without facial hair, and she's terrified of what I look like now underneath it. I joked with her that I was gonna wake up on our wedding day and shave completely barefaced. And she's like, I will not marry you if you do that.
you've had just a mustache a few times around her, right?
Yes, I've always had like some stubble on the
Mhm.
cheeks and chin
Ah,
when I
okay.
did the stash.
Okay.
So it wasn't like baby face, but yeah, I have done that.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I can't recall what you looked like without facial hair either. I don't know who shared a
Been
picture
a
in
few
our
years.
I don't know who shared a picture in our group chat. I think it was like a few weeks ago of like some like early high school picture or something. I was like, holy shit, that guy doesn't have facial hair. Who is that? I don't know this man. That's not Parker. That's a
That's not
doppelganger.
Parker.
Uh,
I suffer from looking very childlike without facial hair. So I know that helps me. And I also suffer from having no distinct jaw, which is another reason I keep a beard.
helps the jawline a little bit.
Yeah, yes it does.
Why? When did you start growing your beard? Because that is Parker keeps his trimmed. Yours is just this long.
So like my beard, I do actually, even though it doesn't look that way, I have trimmed it over the years, like
Oh, okay.
as it grew. Because if I hadn't, it'd be much longer than it actually is.
Yeah, he'd be looking like an old prospector at this point.
Yeah, so I actually do
Leonard Skinner.
I actually do trim it from time to time, but I mean, I've really like, I mean, it's been probably been what at least 5 years of me looking like this.
How long did it take you to grow your beard to that length? Like if you were to shave it from completely baby face to where it's at now, how long would it take?
I don't know, probably a couple months.
What the fuck?
I
It
don't know.
takes me like
I'm assuming. I don't know. Because like I said, I trimmed it along the way occasionally, so I don't actually know the time on it. I mean, I've shaved like Parker and I when we went to Comic Con a couple times. I shaved it down pretty short, but I don't remember how
Yeah.
long it would have taken to grow back out.
I at the very beginning of the shutdown last
Mm.
year, like we were all sent home, and it was like you're not coming into work, nobody's doing anything, everything's shut down for whatever it was, the 2-week pause.
Best time of my life right there.
It was wild time. But that morning I woke up and I shaved my face completely down to just like the stubble. At that point, the shortest that Landry had seen it. And then I just let it go. My brothers did the same thing. We all went almost bare face and then just let it go. And it gave like an update each week. And I remember it took me probably about 4 or 5 weeks to get, well, I'd say probably 4 weeks to get pretty lush back to what it was looking like normal. I'll probably go back to the mustache in a couple weeks. I won't lie.
Nice.
Gotta change it up a little bit.
Takes me fucking 2 months to grow a decent mustache, but you know, I'll keep trying.
You need like some growth lotion or something.
I don't know if I really want that. But
Wyatt and I can donate some.
I'm good.
If you just want to take it and like glue it.
Yeah, glue it on, tape it on, or something like that.
No, I don't really want that. I'm fine with.
Ben could donate some pubic hair.
Oh, I really don't want that. No, I'm good.
Say, man?
I like my facial hair situation where it doesn't. I can shave it and you wouldn't really notice for a week that I had facial hair again. So.
Do yourself.
Yeah, that's just. It's got to be a little bit of a pain to have all that facial hair, isn't it?
Not really.
Oh, all right. I stand corrected.
No, I guess the pain does come, and why you can talk about this too. When it gets long and I don't trim the upper lip, and then eating and drinking kind of becomes a bit of a task to like make sure I'm wiping my mustache, because sometimes I'll like, if I'm like drinking a beer and like the froth is still on my stash, or milk is a terrible one, because then even if you do kind of wipe it, the milk is still like there even if you can't see it. So then like later on you're like, oh, it kind of smells. Oh, I gotta wash my mustache. Got some milk up in there.
You guys condition your beards?
I don't use conditioner. I do use this shampoo though, almost daily.
Don't you use beard oil too?
No. I the same like product that I put in my hair, I'll run through my beard. Kind of give it a little shape.
One of those 7-to-1 shampoos, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
mine's actually a 9-to-1.
He brushes his teeth, and it also acts as deodorant.
Bethany gets so mad at me because the shampoo I use is like $3.
Say,
And she's like, if I put that in my hair, it would probably just fall out, is what she says.
dude, I've had the same like bottle of shampoo that's like a 3-for-1, you know, body wash, conditioner, shampoo, or whatever. I've had it, I'm pretty sure, for a year now. It just lasts me that long. And whereas Kelsey will go through a bottle a month of conditioner and shampoo, and it's like, I don't know what you want me to say.
That's so unfortunate.
It's not my fault. I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask to have the perfect morning regimen.
I didn't ask to be a perfect specimen.
Because Bethany has like a mane of hair too, right? She's got a lot of hair.
Mane of hair. He didn't mean that.
Because Landry keeps hers shorter than Kelsey and Bethany's, right?
Yes, Landry has shorter hair than those two.
Yeah, because
for sure.
Kelsey's got a fuck ton of hair, man.
Yeah, and not to say hers doesn't get everywhere. I can't imagine what you guys are like.
Oh my god.
With long hair and then as dark as hair as Bethany has.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started on it. It's everywhere.
We were over at Ben's, Damien.
Uh-huh.
We were having lunch, and Cammy's got curly hair, and I'm sitting there, I'm eating Taco Bell for lunch, and then she goes, you got a hair like right on your hand. I was like, what? And I looked down. She goes, don't worry, it's mine. And I grab it, and it just keeps going. I'm like, ugh.
You get so neither of you guys have sisters, but obviously you both practically live with women now. But growing up with my sister and her long ass hair, I don't know if your guys' significant others do this, but growing up, my sister, you know, when she's done out of the shower, whenever they're running their hands through their hair, they get their fair share of hair that comes off with it. She would wrap it in a circle and leave it on like the bathroom wall, like the shower wall.
Yep. And I didn't know that was a thing until I started living with Landria, and I was disturbed.
It was so fucking gross because it'd be there like for a week and a half, and she keep adding to it, and it's like, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that shit.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better that it's not just her, because I thought she was a freak. But I saw it on the wall. I'm like, oh, what the heck? And so I like kind of wiped it off once, and then I saw it again. I was like, what the heck? And then yeah, she just like exactly what you said, adds to it, circles it up.
Yeah. Does Bethany do that shit too? What?
She does not. Actually, what she, I feel like she's kind of conscious of it. Like, I don't actually find a lot of her hair in the shower. I feel like she cleans it as she goes.
Really? Lucky you.
We had to, clean our drain in our shower like about a month ago. And it's when we cleaned it out, it's like, yeah, this, like, none of this is mine. This is all you.
I don't get it.
My parents, when growing up, had to buy like a I don't know, the thing you put over top of the drain to like catch the hair. I don't know what that's exactly called.
I tried one of those, didn't work.
Didn't work? Wow.
No, it was terrible.
It worked tremendously well at my parents' house. Like,
oh, that's good.
And it was Blair's responsibility to fucking clean that thing because it was a third person set of hair on that thing after about three weeks. A lot less clogging, but it probably a little more gross because you see the clog happen.
Yeah, 2 months in, there's enough hair to make a second Blair.
Yeah, indeed.
Until you said that out loud, Damien.
Yeah.
Like, I've always known it, but never consciously thought about the fact that you are the only one of the larger group of us that has a sister.
That I lived with, yeah.
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 Because, I mean, some of us had, like, much older sisters or stepsisters or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you all have brothers. Wow, that is fucking nuts. And you got 3 brothers. Wyatt, you got 4 brothers. Ben's got 2 brothers, and Calvin has siblings. They're just significantly younger than him, and from a second marriage.
We should do a siblings episode and bring all of our siblings on.
Oh,
that's
God.
Way too many at once. Way too many.
Good luck figuring out those voices, Trent.
Yeah, fucker. There's gonna be like 30 of them on there.
I gotta go find one of my brothers.
Hold on. So how many would we have combined?
Well, I'd have 1.
Okay, add my 3. There's 4.
Add
Wyatt's 4. That's 8.
2 from Ben.
Okay, and then how many does Calvin have?
I think he's got 3.
Okay.
2 or 3. They're like 14 and younger.
Yeah. So somewhere between 12 and 13 additional voices to our 5.
Oh, Trent could keep it straight.
Yeah, he's all right.
He'll take notes. He'll be like,
what about in-laws? Should I include in-laws?
Oh gosh, yeah.
I've got 1, 2, 3 at this point.
Yeah, that's.
Wait, how do you have 3? What?
Well, 2 of my brothers are married, so that's 2 sister-in-laws, and then my wife's sister has another sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're counting I didn't think you were counting that. I thought we were just talking. Because that's like even further. That's even further removed, though.
Precisely.
Because you're not related to them at all.
No, but they can still be a guest.
Okay.
Wasn't too bad growing up with a sister. She pretty much was a brother because she did everything I wanted to do anyway. So.
Nice. There you go.
She was preferred to play basketball or football than play with. This is very sexist, but to play with Barbie dolls or whatnot.
This dude's canceled, Parker. Did you hear that?
That's okay. My brother, I prefer to play with Barbie dolls than football and basketball, so it's okay.
Yeah, I can't see the Parker's family all together playing catch with the old pigskin out in the yard.
Not often was a football tossed. We did shoot some hoops, though. Soccer, obviously, was very prevalent, as was baseball. But yeah, football took a back seat.
I don't even think we had a football at my house.
I got one for like a birthday or Christmas present from the cousins that always played, and that was like the football that we had at our house. That was it.
Yeah, you were like, I got one for Christmas. I was like, oh, these are some people who knew you.
No, kickball was usually the
Ooh.
family group sport of choice at home.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That was a good time.
I'm sure you guys whip the ball at each other with malicious intent.
Oh yes, naturally.
As-
There was one distinct game that we were playing on the 4th of July in the backyard that somebody had been in charge of scooping the dog poop and clearing the field. And it was done about 95% of the way, and somebody figured out that there was a pile of mist on their way to third base and stepped and slid. It was Miller specifically. Stepped in it and slid through the poop, fell onto his back, and had dog crap from his foot all the way up his back.
Was he safe?
I don't even know if he made it to the base before he realized what happened, stood up, started crying, and then ran inside.
Up with younger siblings, always have to default to crying.
Always.
Wyatt wouldn't understand. No, Wyatt would. He had
Wyatt was the crier.
No, he had nephews that were younger than him that were close in age, so I'm sure they were
That's
the
true.
criers.
Fun fact, Wyatt also has uncles that are younger than him.
It's so weird to say.
Is that true?
I don't know, actually. You haven't... Oh, wait. Yes, you have a niece that's older than you, but that's it. So, okay. I was wrong. Still weird.
That true?
Because you said I have uncles younger than me. I was like, I don't think I do.
Just a niece that's older.
Yes.
I was about to say, if you had an uncle younger than you, that means your grandparents had a kid super late. Because your mom had you pretty late in the game, didn't she?
Yeah, she was 38.
Oh my God, that means your grandma and or your grandfather must have got someone else pregnant when they were like in their 60s.
I misspoke, okay?
Grandpa getting it in. Wyatt, are you ever gonna join the housing hunt eventually, or are you good where you're at?
I mean, I wouldn't think it's gonna be something anytime soon. No.
Not in this market. I wouldn't blame you.
Not in this economy.
Like for you and like for Ben too. I mean, if you guys buy a house, I would assume these houses are something that you're gonna be in for a while because this market is going to crash and it's gonna take a while to get back up.
Dude, it's crazy to hear that people are buying houses like $80,000 over asking price, and it's
insanity.
And it's a house that's like half the size of Parker's in terms of finished square footage. It's like, okay. I mean,
my parents looked up how much their property was like online. They like looked whatever up and they were like, what? They were like shocked by it. They were like, how's that even possible?
Way more than what they bought it for, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and way more than they thought it would be too.
Nuts,
And they're like
man.
they're going through they're actually like remodeling their house a little bit right now too. So it's like they've been trying to keep track of how much they're totally putting in, and then seeing if that does reflect if they did have it appraised or anything like that.
people are up in Grand Rapids, especially in the greater Grand Rapids area. Like they're buying houses 80 to 90,000 over asking price, and the thing doesn't even have a garage. And your neighbor's like 15 feet away, and you have like 0.6 acres, and it's like, holy shit, man! Like that's nuts to me. Like I mean, obviously Grand Rapids is growing, and I think if this market does crash, I would bet that area would rebound quicker than others. But
Sure.
oof, I wanted nothing to do with that market. I'll tell you what.
No. And that's why, like, I'm content where I'm at because, and I think that's why working where I work, we've seen an increase of young families coming to this area, which isn't typical because I
No.
think it provides an affordable living. And at the same time, Grand Rapids is a 45-minute drive at most, where Landry and I often go for pre-pandemic concerts and dinner and hang out and different activities and
Mm-hmm.
museums, and it's all right there. It's still very easily accessible.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I'm very happy where we've landed.
I mean, it's in a good spot, right? It's between, like you said, 40 to 45 minutes to Grand Rapids. And if you didn't want to go to
and
Grand
the
Rapids,
same too. Yeah, I think exactly what you're gonna say. Kalamazoo, Holland,
Yeah,
etc.
to the beach, it's even less. If you wanted to go to South Haven, there's 30 minutes. If you want to go to Saugatuck, there's 30 minutes. Like, it's a weird location. I will agree. Like, it's not exactly off the highway.
Right.
There's not exactly a town nearby. Like, we are the town that was everyone would say is nearby.
Yeah.
It's a good spot. It's a good halfway point. I agree.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And it's gonna be even better when you're and Kelsey are here.
oh damn! I'm gonna back out.
See ya.
Yeah, get out while you can, man.
Like Calvin said, Parker's the black hole, and he's just sucking us all back.
You're darn right.
It's surprising to hear this. You say that there's younger families moving back into the Allegan area because I've mentioned it before. The enrollment in our schools is declining at a pretty good rate.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens post pandemic.
Because like, what do we graduate with? About 190?
Something like that, yeah.
I think this year's graduating class is the 130s.
I feel like I remember when we were doing the paperwork our junior year for the ACTs, like when we were sending all that in, and then months after that we would end up taking the ACTs. But I feel like when we did the ACTs, there was like maybe 240 kids in our class, and we graduated with 190. And I'm like, where did those 50 go?
I remember that also. It was significantly less.
Yeah, it was like 50
in
in like a year just were gone.
Dude,
Just never.
I don't know if you guys have been to the front office of the high school since you graduated, but they have our class to the last year's class in the front office hallway of like our class photos, like we did in the gym. Like, hey, here they all are. At least the majority of them. It's scary how quickly it got small, dude. It's like, oh, look at that. They're taking up 10 rows, and they're about 15 people wide. And then it goes down to, oh, they're taking up 10 rows, and they're about 10 people wide. And it's like, oh, my gosh.
That's a class picture with myself dressed up as Peter Pan.
I'm going to look at that when I go in there next time to find that.
He's like right up front as Peter Pan with
Peter Pan, Captain Hook, and then a nameless pirate. And we had just come from rehearsal, and it was like one of our first costume tests, and then we had to take the picture, and we're like, we're gonna go dressed up as this, and then we took the picture, and then it got back around to us that there were several people who were mad at us because we ruined the class photo.
Oh yeah, the one we took in the fucking gymnasium. Ah, how dare you!
They're like, you guys ruined it. Because we were like just the center of attention, and we were dressed in costume, and that wasn't appropriate.
Now ask those same people if they even care now. Like,
yeah, if they even remembered that we were dressed up as Peter Pan and Captain Hook,
or if they even seen the picture since we took that picture.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Did you guys get one?
It wasn't in the yearbook.
I think so, but you could also order a print.
I didn't order a print.
I didn't do a lot of ordering. My mom might have ordered one, but I didn't.
Dude, all right. I have a complaint.
Let's hear it.
So the girls last night from my team wanted to go to IHOP after winning conference. It's like, all right,
the International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we'll go to IHOP.
Briefly, IHOP.
True.
International House of Burgers. Briefly.
So
that was a dark time.
We look up the hour, or we didn't look up the hours, which was a bit of a mistake. But someone looked it up on the way there. So it was like, all right, hey, they close at 9. I think we left Allegan a little after 7. Puts us there a little before 8. So it's like, yeah, we can eat some pancakes within an hour and not be those people, that show up. We get there a little bit before 8. And I shit you not, they were inside, some of the workers, but the fucking bitch was locked.
What?
Yeah.
Did it say 9 o'clock on the door?
Oh, well, first off, if you guys haven't been to an International House of Pancakes in a while, they are 24/7. Now, don't get me wrong, due to COVID, they shifted their hours back, which they did note on their door and on whatever Google, whenever you Google them, it gives you the hours or whatever. And it's like, yep, it right on the door it said, COVID hours or whatever it said. It said something a.m. to 9 p.m. just about every day, and we show up a little bit before 8, and it was closed, or it was locked rather, and closed. And
Did you riot?
no, I mean, first mistake, hindsight 2020, as it always is. Should have called prior, right?
Sure.
And so we proceeded to go to 2 more restaurants until we found one that would let us in with 13 people, and it's like, God, I was pissed because it's like, you know, it's already kind of late in the evening for high school girls to be driving out and about, and as you guys know, the best way to get from Granville to Allegan is A37, which probably isn't the most ideal road to be driving on at the night with, you know, beer and all that shit, and not very good cell phone service for most of it. And so it's like, really, you know, we would have went to the Holland one or something, or we would have went to a different one, the Kalamazoo one or something, and it was just frustrating at the fact that we drove 40 minutes to go eat some pancakes, some celebratory pancakes, and they're like, hey, nope, we're closed, and even though we're not closed.
I can't believe you didn't pound on the door.
Has that ever happened to you guys, where you pull up to a restaurant where it's within business hours, the point where you weren't those people who showed up like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before close, but it's like, hey, you know, this is a good enough time to go eat, and they just fucking had the doors locked?
Wyatt and I went just a couple months ago, last month, and 2 months, I don't know, whatever, to Panda Express.
Mm-hmm.
You remember this? Remember this stop, Wyatt?
I do. I lost my mask.
He did. He lost his mask. That was unfortunate. He had to.
Your Man City one?
I did. It's true.
Oh,
Yeah, he had
no.
to grab one of my wife's out of the glove box to go inside. So not only did he just discover my mask is gone.
Oh Jesus!
I gotta
Well,
grab-
there's 97 masks in her truck, so it's like
Yeah, she had plenty. But we're walking up. It was what, 8:00?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
probably about 8 o'clock. They close at 9 or 10. I think it was 10.
On their website it said 10, but then we walked in and she's like, "Hey, just so you know, we're closing." We're like, "What?" And she's like, "So, like, whatever food we have here is all you can get. Like, we're not, like, if we're out of something, it's not coming out." And we're like, luckily they had exactly what Wyatt and I both wanted. So, and it was the perfect amount. She didn't really do it for Wyatt's, but the guy ended up like just stacking my box full of everything, just scraped out the bowl. I was like,
Well,
yeah.
so because I went first, so we went in there
Yeah.
or whatever, and like so it was like 8, probably like 8:15, and the website said they closed at 10. But we walk in and she's like, she didn't say they were closing. She said their kitchen was closed.
Yeah,
so they're
that's what she
they're
said.
just gonna stay open, but they're not making any new stuff. So her and I walk in there. I go first to get my stuff like orange chicken and then whatever else I got, and then
Oof.
Hell yeah.
Parker went, and I think he got like something
Orange
and
chicken
an
or
orange
something.
chicken again, but like the orange chicken, they just cleared the bowl out for him because they were like, well, why the fuck not? So he got
Hell
like,
yeah.
you could barely close the container.
It's great.
Could have fed both of you?
Pretty much.
There's a lot, yeah.
But then you have that like guilt of like walking in, you're like, oh, like I feel like we shouldn't be here. And I'm like
Right.
apologizing, like, take my money, we're getting out of here.
Well, I would argue, because they have a drive-through, yeah?
They do.
Wouldn't you?
That one didn't. I don't think that
No,
one had
it
a
did,
drive-
because we sat in the parking lot and we watched everybody pull up and then like make the decision if they were gonna get something or pull away.
I'd argue they're fast food, but not exactly like McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever. But like, they should be able to whip up some chicken and like cook you fresh orange chicken, and but not make so much to where they have to throw the rest away. Right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never been in the kitchen of a Panda Express.
That's
One
a
of
fair
the
point.
one of my least favorite things is when you go to a place and they're like out of stuff. Like I can't tell you. Like I've gone to Taco Bell before for dinner before, and they've been out of their beef. But I remember this specifically because I went to Taco Bell for breakfast. Because I'm a big Taco Bell breakfast aficionado.
He stands.
I do stand, and I go in there and I order my stuff, and they're like, "We're out of egg," and I was just like,
What?
But that's like the main thing for your breakfast. They're like, yeah, we're out of egg, and then they also said they were out of bacon. I was just like, why are you even open for breakfast? That's the two biggest. What are you serving people? Just hash browns?
You should. The first thing they should have said when you walked up is, "Hey, we're now serving lunch because we are out of our breakfast thing." But instead,
Yeah, exactly.
you walked up to order your Crunch Wrap Supreme or whatever, your AM Crunch Wrap, and like, "Ooh, we don't have half the ingredients for that."
Yeah, we don't
That's
have
one of the
anything.
worst things. I'm like, when they're out of something, just tell me straight up. When I pull up, say, "Hey, sorry, we're out of chicken. What can I get you?" But other times I'm ordering something that has chicken. They're like, "Oh, sorry, we're out of chicken. Okay, I'll get steak instead. Oh, we're out of steak too. Okay." Could have led with that.
Or when you pull up to fucking McDonald's, it's like, hey, can I get, a shake? And they're like, oh, no, our ice cream machine, we're cleaning it. It's like, oh, okay, you
Shake machine broke.
could have led with that, but that's fine.
We went to Taco Bell last week or the week before for Taco Tuesday, and we were ordering some the quesalupas or whatever. I was like, I need one with no tomato. He's like, well, they're all gonna be without tomato because we don't have any. Okay.
All right. Problem solved.
That's all right
Yeah.
with me.
Works for me.
You guys on team fuck tomato?
Absolutely.
No, I'm alright with tomato.
I think they're gross. I love
Get 'em.
ketchup.
Get them out of here.
They're cold and
dude,
like, blah. Blah.
Yes, I'm with you. Ketchup is my favorite vegetable. Tomatoes, get them out of here.
Dude,
I wouldn't mean ketchup is your favorite vegetable. Aren't tomatoes a fruit?
Correct.
Let's see, mate. What?
like,
What?
like, I can't stand people who eat like the cherry tomatoes, like they're fucking actually
Ugg.
cherries or like
Ugh.
orange slices. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Don't put cherry
Stirred.
tomatoes on salads. Like if you get a house salad in place or whatever, I'll eat those. They're alright.
Oh.
What is the taste of a tomato? It just tastes like cold slime to me,
Yeah, it's like water.
but like with garbage in it.
With garbage in it.
I'm so glad you're on the same page. I did not know this about you, Damien.
Bethany also on the same page hates tomatoes.
But
Hey,
she's not a
nasty.
she hates ketchup though, right?
Yeah, she hates ketchup as well.
No, she can get out of here then.
The white man's hot sauce, according to her. That's racist.
Yo, she was talking to me about that, Damon. When we hung out last week, or whatever, you made that comment because you're like we were walking in, you made the comment what she said about ketchup or whatever, and then you said something about her being Mexican. You know she's not actually Mexican.
Yeah, I know. I do. I made that joke because I knew she was not Latino. Yes.
Okay, because she was like, does he actually think I am? Because now I'm like,
Oh.
shit.
Oh.
Then what is she, Damien?
Oh fuck. Okay. She's not American Indian, Native American.
American Indian. What?
Sorry. Like I want to say she is of either Indian and or Pakistani descent. Am I very wrong?
Saudi Arabia.
No.
There it is.
I'm wrong then.
Indian
I'll
American.
give
This
that.
fucking dude said Indian
Yeah.
American.
No, he said she's not. He can't. He ruled
No,
that
but
one out.
the term Indian American.
Yeah.
But he
It
was,
was bad. It
he was
bad.
trying to say Native American. He said Indian
Oh.
American.
American
I thought
Indian.
he
I
meant
think.
like India.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No, he-
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I fucked up there.
That's why I was laughing so hard. This dude said American Indian instead of Native American.
PC culture, come get me.
Oh,
Come
man.
cancel my ass on Twitter.
So we're getting close
That's
to
at D-Man Art.
we're getting close to wrapping up here, so I have to finish this. I guess our last topic real quick is going to be about what I was telling you guys about. I texted you that this needed to be one of our topics.
Yes,
When
please.
I was at my family's for Easter, this
Oh,
was
boy.
weeks and weeks ago, there was something that was mentioned that I thought was a little weird. And then when I was just at my parents again for Mother's Day, I was with them, and we kind of talked about it again, and there were some things that came to light that I think were even worse, that made it even creepier. So we're gonna have this discussion.
Let's hear it.
One of my brothers was recently dating a woman, or seeing a woman that he had also dated in high school.
Okay. Reigniting an old flame.
Wait.
Nothing unusual about that.
Wait, say that again.
One of my brothers was recently
Yep.
dating or seeing a woman that he also dated when they were both in high school.
Oh yeah, I'm in
Yes,
agreement with
reigniting
Parker
an
here.
old flame.
I'm in with Parker here. Yeah.
Yep. So
Not unusual.
we were kind of talking about it at Easter, and he was kind of telling us about her and how they dated in high school. And when they were in high school, she had gotten sick with a pretty serious illness, and they had kind of gone their separate ways. But I don't know how long they'd been dating. They were prom dates and all this other stuff, so I don't know the exact duration of that relationship back then. But when
So
I was
he left her at the first sign of disease?
I don't think it was the first sign, but there was definitely she was
okay.
she had a lot going on, and they kind of went their separate ways. And years later now, both had been married, both had had families, and now they were single. They had older children or children who aren't necessarily living at home, and they started seeing each other again. And
Sure.
when he was over for Easter, he was telling us about just what had been going on with them the last, the first couple weeks they had been back together, whatever. And he told us that she had shown him some pictures and notes of the two of them that they had exchanged from back when they were in high school. We're talking 20 years.
Oh,
And he told us that, and I was kind of thinking to myself, like, that's a little creepy, in my opinion, that she would just have those readily available. Like, I understand having maybe boxes of old stuff, but she went and found all these notes that they had written to each other and these pictures. And then just on Mother's Day, we were all talking about it. The brother, that specific brother wasn't there, but I was there with another one of my brothers and his wife and my parents, and we were talking about it. And I kind of mentioned how I thought it was a little creepy because they are also apparently no longer seeing each other. Apparently, my brother felt that she was moving too fast. And I was just like, you don't fucking say. There's an obsession factor in play here. She saved this stuff from 20 years. And my mom and my brother's wife were like, I don't understand how that's creepy.
knew it. I knew
And
you were gonna say that.
my brother and I are looking at each other like, is it not? I mean, you're talking about she saved notes and pictures from 20 years ago of a relationship that they had, and then she went on to get married, have a family, all this stuff, and she just held on to them all these years and just had
well-
them. And I was like, did she have a shrine or something? Candles lit?
I believe I will be a devil's advocate here because I kind of agree with you and your brothers. I believe that would be that was her first love, if you will.
That was my mom's reasoning, but I was just like, I don't think that. No, I don't
Girls-
think that.
This is sexist again. Here I go.
Here I go.
I would argue that girls will always have some sort or always find the first love to be one of the most special ones. You know, that maybe not. That's not always true, but I would agree. Everyone, to a certain degree, always has a soft spot for their first love to the point where
Sure.
they might hold on to some things that they find sentimental.
Well, I caught them in their shit because what their reasoning was is like, oh, they were each other's first love, so of course they'd hold on to that. So then I brought it to present day, and I said, and they told me this isn't the same idea, but I was like, hey, they were their first loves. So let's say there are two 15-year-old kids in high school, and they're their first loves, and she sends him a nude, and he holds on to it for 20 years. That's creepy. For-
Yeah.
For many reasons. One, because he held onto a picture of a 15-year-old for 20 years. But what I'm saying is, still, they were the same age when he got it, right? So yeah, they're their first loves. Like, it's holding onto a picture, just like you're saying. But it's just they're like, well, it's different because it's like a nude, and I'm just like, but what you're saying is it's because they're their first loves. That's what makes it okay. We don't know what were in these notes. We don't know what these pictures were of. They could have been pictures of them. I don't know. So then, like, we're talking about it, and my dad was in the other room doing something. He came in, and we were talking. He goes, what are you guys talking about? And we told him. He goes, oh, that's weird. And then Mom went and started going back and forth about why it was weird. And I was like, Mom, are you telling me that you have pictures of your first love from 50 years ago? And she was like, well, no. And I was just like, I don't understand what we're talking about then.
I think the degree that this specific situation is in, yeah, it's weird. Especially given the fact that he broke it off because she was moving too fast. It sounds like she's just been like waiting.
Yeah, that's exactly what. Because my mom was like, well, he was our
That's
first
what it
love. And I
seems
was like, but he was like, because my brother, not the one who was involved with her, but my brother was at Mother's Day and we were discussing this and he agreed with me that it was weird. Brought up the fact, like, from her point of view, if she was sick back when they were in high school
Yeah.
And they broke up. From her point of view, she could be looking at it as, oh, he abandoned me when I was like really sick.
Yeah.
Why does she not hate his guts?
Yeah.
But
At a
apparently
point.
she is obsessed with his guts, and she wants him to be inside of her guts.
Damn.
Like, so very, I don't know, we had this whole discussion about it, and I was just wanted to get your guys' opinion on if it's creepy or not. And obviously, my mom made a good point in saying, well, the nude thing is probably a little bit out there, but from what they were saying, apparently it's not, so I don't know.
I mean, I have mementos from high school and middle school, and maybe some have survived from elementary school that came from guys and girls.
Do you have pictures saved of relationships you were in?
Other than the ones that made it to Facebook at the time, no.
But you don't have, like, what I'm saying, because you got to think, this is when they were in high school, this was, a couple decades ago. So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is there was no Facebook. So she has printouts.
So, okay, for example, I know that my parents have printed like prom photos of their dates that weren't each other. I mean, my parents are divorced now, but at the time that they were married, my dad had prom pictures of his date then
But
that he kept.
But what we're saying is specifically prom pictures and occasion. She had a lot of pictures. I'm not saying just they were each other's prom dates, but they had been dating for a while, I think. But like I said, I don't
Okay.
know the exact duration. So if they just had a lot of pictures, or she had some pictures or whatever, and then also notes they had exchanged, or letters maybe. And I'm like, well, what kind of stuff are they saying in these letters?
Well, it was. They're older, so it's definitely just love letters. Come on now.
And how do you think that her husband felt that she had all these?
If he even knew.
Well,
If he
which
even knew,
makes
yeah.
it worse, in my opinion.
It's definitely an interesting dynamic there. Yeah.
Creepy.
I've still got letters, little notes that you and I wrote, Wyatt.
Well, it's different. We're still together.
Good point.
I also have that wheel from that bread case that we stole.
That ass,
I'm
mine's in
sorry,
my
what?
closet.
Deadass.
Mine's in
I'm
my
sorry.
closet. I could go grab it right now. Hold on.
Yes.
What did you guys steal?
So,
Allegedly.
Sorry, yes,
allegedly. This is all allegedly. As you know, there was an unnamed submarine sandwich shop not far from the middle school that we attended. And there, for some reason, we walked to the next nearest elementary school quite often after we were let out. This submarine sandwich that sells $5 foot-long sandwiches had trashed one of their, like, the bread warmer thing, like the big tall thing that's got,
yeah,
trays in the door. Yeah. So it was sitting out by the dumpster, and we saw it there, and we're like, oh, we're taking that. It's me, Wyatt, my brother, and one other. And so we started rolling it through the parking lot down the sidewalk. It was snowing, I recall, so we
Oh my
tipped it
god.
over. We tipped it over, and we all got inside of it, and we were trying to sled down a hill, and it didn't really work. And so then we ended up just like dragging it back near the dumpster, and then we detached the four wheels, and each of us took a wheel. And I don't know about the others, but Wyatt and I still have our wheels.
What the fuck?
And we proudly showed them off at school the next day. I remember I kept mine in my locker for a while, and I just like pull it out. You could kind of spin it.
You guys were in middle school or high school?
Middle school.
Okay.
But I think the wheel traveled to high school with me in my locker.
Well, shit, Wyatt still has his. We've seen that proof. I imagine yours is somewhere.
Yes, it is somewhere. It's a special memento.
Oh my god.
Speaking of special mementos, I'm looking outside the window right now, and I see 2 Texans and their dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just got back, apparently.
Wow. He couldn't have said like, hey, maybe can we push it to 2?
Well, he can't, dude. 1 p.m. is the time.
Oh, look at that. There's the picture.
Oh, he's holding some.
enough.
He's holding some clothes on a hanger. Those are his church clothes, I bet. We should talk about that real quick when he's not here.
He goes to church?
He goes to church.
So, Damien, you missed this, but he was talking to Parker and I. Ben was I mean, she probably won't listen. So Ben was dragged to see Cammy's family this weekend. Apparently, her and her family were making him go to church, and apparently Ben not a huge fan of the idea of going. So he was talking to Parker and I us about it, and I was like, the other night I was talking to him. I was like, "Did you get your pants pressed for church?" He goes, "I'm wearing shorts."
I'm sure he was very hissy fitty about that one.
Well, I wonder if I'm surprised like he didn't just like light up in flames as soon as he walked in the door. Personally,
God struck him down as soon as he stepped on its soil.
Wyatt, you went to a number of coffee house events with me at the First Baptist Church.
yeah, I was just trying to bull though. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
And bull we did.
Yeah, and then they were like, "All right, fun's over. Everybody come listen to us speak about Jesus." And I was like, "Oh man."
Wyatt's like looking for the exit. Those are good times. But then they would always have something after that too to like keep you through that. They're like, "All right," and then after we're done talking about Jesus, then it's dodgeball time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Dodgeball.
Well, boys, that was another pod for the books. Satisfy the listeners. We got Damien back.
Yeah, I'd like to send a special
Yeah.
thank you to our this week's guest, Damien.
Oh, thanks for
Yes.
having me, boys.
Gotta bump up those listeners a little bit. Pull on the big guns. Whatever we're gonna do to keep this thing limping along.
Well, next week, Parker, I don't think we're gonna end up recording. I bet all three will be unavailable. It'll just be you and me.
Probably.
I should be available next Sunday.
That's what they all say.
That's what we
That's
hear
true.
every week. Oh,
That's true. That's a
I
good
I
point.
should be there. Oh, I might be there.
That's a good point.
Sorry, boys, I can't make it.
Fucking sue me.
You know, he went from the glue holding us together to the crusty, nasty adhesive that's falling apart at the seams.
For real. We gave him too much shit. We were always like, are we his friends or
We
not?
really
It's always
did.
about the podcast. Now he could care less about this podcast.
Ugh, it's sad. I barely, actually, now that I say that, he does text me more about non-podcast things than he ever has. So I'm not all mad, I guess. It's still more than I ever hear from Calvin. So
That's true. That's a fair point. I don't ever hear from Damon. I just send him football memes, and then he's like, haha, and that's all I get.
That is not true.
That is true.
I did not just say ha ha to the last one you sent.
He says that all checks out to me, lol.
the last meme that I sent to him, all he said was true.
Yep. Classic Damien. True, lol.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Nah. We're glad you joined us for this week of Toxic Tendencies.